everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and today is my week number 27 pregnancy update. I had planned on filming this later in the week. I just all along thought my glucose test was going to be early on this week, but it's actually going to be on Friday, the day you guys see this. And so I decided to go ahead and film this early, and I'll tell you guys about the glucose results next week. I had all my videos already filmed, and I was checking to see when I was going to film this one, and I was like, dang it, it's on Friday. I can't film it and get it up for you guys in the same day after that appointment, because I'm going to be at that appointment for at least 2 hours. It's just going to be something I tell you guys later, but I was so proud of myself. I'm actually filming this right now on Monday, and I have my Monday through Thursday video edited, uploaded, and scheduled, ready to go. And it's like the first time I've really been on top of my videos this whole pregnancy, pretty much. I've had videos filmed, and they're in some sort of state of editing or uploading, and they're never like boom, 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 done. So I was really proud of myself. I'm gonna have 5 videos this week for you guys, and they're all mostly already done. Once I get this filmed and edited, I'll have the week's worth of videos done. Usually it's like flying by the seat of my pants whether I'm gonna get a video up the next day or not. So it's a definite change. I told you guys last week I've been feeling a little bit more energetic, and that has continued on through this week. I've had these bursts of energy, so I felt like I've been able to get more stuff done, and it's just kind of sad that it's happening right at the very end of my second trimester. Usually it happens way earlier than now, but I'll take it. I'll take any energy I can get. So hopefully this will continue into my third trimester, somewhat at least. But yeah, I'm starting to feel big. I'm definitely breathing a whole lot more and going to edit videos. I've had 2 things going against me. The breathing, it's like I feel like I'm always out of breath, and in the videos I sound super out of breath, so it annoys me to edit the videos. And I'm sure it annoys some of you guys too. But not only that, I have so much more saliva and mucus and all that stuff, but the saliva is really bothering me. Like when I'm trying to film, I feel like I'm swallowing all the time, or I'm making like more mouthy noises, which I do not like. So editing it has been kind of annoying. And again, if you guys are hearing the mouthy noises or the heavy breathing and it's annoying you, I'm so sorry. It's just gonna be what it is for the next couple months. Going into my questions, it is week 27. Baby is the size of a head of lettuce, and she's getting big, and I'm starting to feel so much more movement. And I will like be on the computer. I'll have my hand kind of resting on my stomach because my computer's in my lap, and she'll just bump me and my arm will start just moving up and down because the bumps are just so big. So it's really funny to like feel the movement. If I'm reading, if I rest my hands on my belly at all, I will really feel my hands start to jump around. The saliva has been just really driving me nuts, not just for editing's sake, just for like, I cannot stop drooling. And it's been really bad because I have been super congested the last few days. I don't know if I'm fighting off a cold or if it's just a pregnancy related thing, but I've been sleeping with my mouth open and I've been drooling all over the place. And so I'll wake up feeling drool on my face. It's just so annoying. It's driving me completely nuts right now. Going into the cold thing, just the last couple of days, I've just felt kind of a little bit more run down. I've been kind of achy, and I've just been super duper congested. So I think I'm just fighting off a cold. I've been sneezing a whole lot the last couple days, and so far Johnny and Livy both seem fine. So again, I don't know if I'm really fighting off a cold or I just think I am because I'm having, you know, cold-like symptoms. Could just be pregnancy, because all the things can kind of be explained away with pregnancy. I've had one new random weird symptom. I've had muscle twitches, and there was one day like this muscle right here kept twitching just on and off all day, and it would twitch so much that my finger would like jump to the side, and it was just all day on and off doing that. And I was like, I'd shake out my hand and rub the muscle and try to get it to stop, and it's so super annoying. And I had the same kind of muscle twitch on the bottom of one of my feet. It's just been driving me crazy. So I read that different vitamins that can help with that, so I've just been really good about taking my extra vitamins. There were a couple days when I had run out of my like pre-done vitamins in the like the, you know, like the old lady container I have the days of the week. I had ran out, and so I was just taking my allergy pill and my prenatal for a couple of days, and not, you know, the other extra things I'm taking along with that. And I think maybe it had to do with that, because it was just after skipping that for a couple of days, I started noticing the twitches. And since I've been back on the routine of taking all the same things, I haven't had any twitches at all. So I don't know if it was just some random fluke thing or it had to do with my vitamins, specifically calcium can be one of the vitamins that messes with that, and that's one I wasn't taking. I had some in my prenatal, but I wasn't taking the extra calcium on top of that for a couple days, so it could have been that. The only other new and noteworthy symptom is I was super hungry one day. It just felt like I ate constantly all day long. I wasn't super hungry for anything in particular. I was just ravenous all day long, and that's probably the most I've eaten in months. It was really weird, but also nice to just like eat and want food again, which I've told you guys it's been fleeting if I've wanted anything at all. It just seems like around lunchtime is about the only time I'm actually really hungry and looking forward to food these days. So it's just kind of a weird thing that happened one day. And then the same old thing, the heartburn, kind of achy. I've had some worsening back pain and pain into my thighs, like the sciatica. It's probably just gonna be a thing that's gonna happen the rest of the pregnancy, on and off. And again, just the last couple days, I'm just kind of achy all over. And I think it is me just kind of fighting off a little cold. And so throughout the week, I wrote down some of the things I craved, and there's a couple of really noteworthy ones. One, I was telling you guys last week, I've just been craving sweets, and I didn't have anything in mind, and nothing was really hitting the mark, and I had some really bad sweets fails with powdered sugar related things. Well, Shasta, I hope I'm saying your name right. Shasta recommended a pecan roll, and I was like, what is that? I looked it up. It's like a caramel covered cinnamon bun, and it looked amazing. So I looked at HEB. I just searched on their online pickup thing to see if they even had these, and they didn't, but they had chocolate pecan pie. And I was in the middle of writing back to Shasta. I had looked it up because I wanted to know what it was, and I left immediately mid-comment and picked up a slice of that pecan pie. So Johnny was getting ready in the morning. I was like, do you want anything from HEB? I'm going to get pecan pie right now. And he was like, what? So that was one of the few times I've like really gone out of my way completely to go get something. And now if I've been craving something, I will work the errand into whatever I'm doing. So like, I've been kind of wanting Taco Bell, and since I have my glucose test later in the week, I will pass by a Taco Bell and I will get the Taco Bell then. Whereas this pregnancy craving, I was like, I need this pecan pie right this second. I left immediately, didn't even finish my comment to her, and then came back and finished the comment after I ate the pecan pie. So it's been very, very rare that that kind of thing has happened, where I have to go completely out of my way to go pick up something right that second. So thank you, Shasta. That totally met my sweet cravings. I haven't been craving and obsessing about the sweets since then. I had that piece of pecan pie. I don't even want another piece, and I'm totally satisfied in that regard. The only other sweets I've had, I still have been snacking on the peanut butter M&Ms, but not to the extent I was that day last week that I got raging heartburn. I've just grabbed a little handful here and there if I want something sweet. And we also still have all the ice cream stuff, so I've had a scoop of ice cream here and there as well. But that's pretty much it as far as sweets. I've been loving the sweet tea, but it's super duper watered down, and I'll actually insert a clip here and show you guys what I'm talking about with the sweet tea. And here is my sweet tea. This is a week old here, and actually it's fine. Like, it doesn't taste old or anything to me. So there's enough for at least one more glass, possibly two in there. This is what I do. I fill my cup with ice, put a little of the sweet tea in the bottom, and then the rest with water. So it just gives me the flavor of it, and I don't have the big caffeine or sweet rush. It's just a, you know, a little bit of sweet tea flavor. I'm gonna stick this back in the fridge and fill that with water, and then put my little Tervis cup lid back on there. So there you go. You can tell it's still like a dark colored tea. The sweet tea there is just insanely strong, and I just really like it watered down like that. So I'm gonna walk you through some of my other cravings that I've had. Some of these have definitely been fleeting cravings. I've been loving salt and pepper pistachios. I got more of those at Trader Joe's, and I really like snacking on those. I really, really love the vodka sauce from Trader Joe's. It's just a spaghetti sauce, and it is just so good. So we had that a couple of nights last week, and we'll have it again this week. And I still have some raviolis I can put with that as well for some lunches for me. I've still been loving, again, the Trader Joe's ramen soup cups. I've been having one a day, and actually yesterday was the first day I haven't had one in like 3 weeks. I've been having one every day, and sometimes it's really hard for me to limit myself to just one. I just feel like that's, you know, mostly empty calories and mostly just water broth. So I don't want to fill up on those at the expense of having something else. I've also still been really loving stir fry. I just really like anything kind of Asian based right now. Fried rice, stir fries, the ramen noodle soup cups, the pot stickers, all that kind of stuff is just really hitting the mark these days. We had a pool night on Friday, and Johnny picked up Jimmy John's, and I just said, you know, get something quick and cheap, either Jimmy John's or P. Terry's, which is a burger joint here that's really cheap. Something, you know, cheap and quick, just pick something up on the way home. And he picked up Jimmy John's, and I get the vegetarian, which I've done a video on in the past. Like I made a mock one for our meals one time, and it's just guacamole, provolone cheese, lettuce, cucumber, tomato, and sometimes sprouts, if they have sprouts, they're a seasonal thing, and a little bit of mayo. And I ate that, and the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good, and I need another one of these. And so we'll definitely be having that again this week because it was just so good. And it's, again, not one of those things that I'm gonna run out of my way to go pick up another one. And that veggie sandwich is just so, so good. I love their guacamole. It's an avocado spread, but it's basically guacamole, and it's so, so good. Theirs is way, way better than the one I make at home. So the only things of those cravings that I really want on repeat, and like, if I'm hungry, I want these things: the ramen soup cups, the veggie sandwich, and the stir fry. Those are the three big things that I just want all the time. The other things, the sweets and stuff, are fleeting. And as far as aversions, we do have mint chocolate chip ice cream, and Johnny and Olivia both love it. Johnny was in the middle of washing dishes one night, and it was time for Olivia to have a little dessert, and she wanted the mint chocolate chip ice cream. And I was like plugging my nose, getting it for her. It was so gross, just having to smell it. And usually I don't even get near it. Like usually Johnny will scoop that ice cream and they will eat like a little bit further away from me, but I got a big whiff of it and it was just nasty. And then something else I've not really been talking about, but I have a little bit of a touch aversion. I feel like ordinarily I'm really affectionate with Livy and Johnny, but lately it's just like, I don't want them touching me. Like during the day, she'll want to come up and snuggle with me, and like I'll snuggle for a little while, and then I'm just like, you've got to scoot over. You've got to sit on your own seat in the couch. And I just like do not want to be touched for a while. And I have the same thing, like Johnny will come home and start hugging on me, and I'm like, stop touching me. I just need like a big bubble around me. And I just felt really touched out. And that's been a fleeting thing on and off. I just get to that point where I'm like, I do not want anybody touching me. I don't even want like the fabric of my clothes hardly touching me or anything. My hair will like do this kind of thing. I have my hair pulled back most of the time because I just totally averse to any kind of touch right now. It's just a weird sensation to not like that, because I'm super affectionate, super cuddly, and lately it's been where I hate to like push my kid away, but at some point I just like, I can't take it anymore. I also feel like when they're really young, I had that, like by the end of the day, I didn't want to be touched anymore. I had some moments like that where I would just be totally touched out, but it's really frequent right now. And I know it just has to do with hormones or something. So weight gain this week, I am up 1 pound, which I'm currently at 187. So that's 20 pounds up overall. And then for my new discoveries, I actually have two. One is look at your insurance provider and see if you can get a free breast pump. I did not do this the first time around. I had Johnny call anyway because I was like, last time we didn't even check into it. Let's check into it this time. And sure enough, we can get a free breast pump. At 26 or 28 weeks, they have to get a prescription from my doctor, which has already been done, and it's going to be shipping out to me next week. So I've already picked one out. I'm sure I'll talk about it on this channel with you guys, or review it or haul it or something. And as far as what happened to my old breast pump, I gave it to my cousin because she knew somebody who could use it. So I gave it to her, I passed it along, and you know, when you get a donated breast pump, you got to replace all the valves and tubes and stuff. But other than that, like the motor and everything's great, and that's the bulk of the expense. So I was really happy to be able to pass it along to somebody who could use it. Then my other discovery is some diaper deals. I will link them down below. There's one for subscribe and save through Amazon Prime. If you purchase enough things in your month for subscribe and save, you get 20% off diapers, which is a big deal. And I don't know if they're gonna have this as of you guys seeing this, if you're seeing this in the future, but one of the deals I got was off your first subscribe and save diaper subscription, they gave you 50% off. So I got one of the big, just mega boxes of diapers for half of the price. It was like 20 something bucks for the big mega box. It's a couple hundred diapers, which was awesome. And then the last diaper deal through Amazon, again, they have a $10 off coupon of a Pampers. It's like a mega box plus a wipes box. So it ended up being way cheaper that way because it was already a pretty good bundle price to begin with. And then you take $10 off of that. So I got that deal as well. I've got a couple of big boxes of diapers coming in, which is great. We need them. We don't have anything except like some pull-ups that were left over from Olivia, which won't fit this baby for a long time. So I'm just now starting to stock up on the diaper and wipe situation. But like I said, if you're seeing this in the future, the deals probably won't be the same. So comparing this pregnancy to Olivia's pregnancy, I had just filmed like my first little bit of seeing Olivia inside my stomach, the movements, and I early on could film that for this time, and now I feel like she's just moving all over the place. And I also had mentioned I felt movement on 2 different spots on my stomach. That's been a long time, and I think that's just, you know, your second pregnancy, the stuff becomes more obvious to you once you have experienced it before. But one thing that really caught me off guard seeing that 27-week update when I was pregnant with Olivia, as I talked about how I felt so connected to the baby and I was so in love with her and I was so connected to her. I used her name and talked to her all the time, and I do not feel like that this time. I mean, I'm really happy. I cannot wait to meet her, but I don't feel bonded to her yet at all. And I do have her name already picked out. We're still working on the middle name. We've got a couple of choices narrowed down, but like, I don't lovingly talk to my stomach unless like Olivia's there and we talk to the stomach together, because Olivia really likes talking to baby. And maybe it's because I already have a kid on the outside that I spend my waking hours talking to, but I just don't sit here and talk lovingly to my bump like I did with Olivia. And I feel kind of bad like thinking about it, because it's just not something that's really crossed my mind a whole lot. Just when Olivia's here and we talk to the baby together, and it's really sweet, but I'm just not super connected to this baby yet. Like, I want to see her, I want to meet her and have her not in my stomach. So it's just been different, and it really took me aback seeing that. I was like, wow, I've really not felt super bonded and connected yet. And sometimes it takes till the birth. Sometimes it takes till well after the birth. And I'm really hoping that I feel that bond, you know, upon seeing her in real life, because I don't feel that connected yet. And with that, I would love to know when you guys felt that bond for your kid. Did you feel like when you were pregnant, you felt that bond when they were born? Sometime after that, I would love to know, because I felt kind of bad this time. Like last time I was so bonded and so in love already, and this time I'm like, I'm just waiting to meet her. Like I'm not there yet. So the best thing and the worst thing this week. The best thing, Livy and I went to a birthday party and Johnny stayed home. I was gonna let him like sleep in because it was a little bit early and just kind of relax. And we came home and he had cleaned the house and I was just shocked. It was so nice. He also had built the baby shelf, like the 4-cube shelf, like the IKEA ones. He had already built that and got some of the stuff set up in her room, and I was just floored. I thought when I came home he'd still be hanging around in his PJs watching TV or something. That's really what I expected, and I was giving him that time to, you know, just relax and have fun. He didn't have to go to the birthday party with me, so I was just shocked, and it was absolutely one of the best things. It was a complete surprise, and the house looked so good. I didn't have to do anything hardly at all this weekend. I just did some clothes and he took care of everything else, which was awesome. And the worst thing has just been I had one exceptionally achy day. On the agenda this week, we're just still finishing up the stuff in her room. I've got one box of stuff that I need to find homes for. It's like booster seats, a little high chair, the toddler bed rail that she's not going to use for a couple of years. I need to find a home for these things because we're not going to use them for a while, but we definitely need them in the future, so I don't want to get rid of them. And then Shasta actually had asked me one question. She said, are you going to have a room theme for baby number 2? And I don't know yet. I have an idea of a theme. I haven't made any progress towards this, so I don't know if I'm gonna do a whole lot of decorating. We're definitely not painting because we're renting, of course, but I've got an idea for a theme and I just don't know if we're gonna do it yet. I will probably do the same thing I did with Olivia, where when I'm very heavily pregnant, I will do a nursery reveal tour for you guys, but it's just not there yet. But that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and look at the belly. My camera's running hot, so it may die on me. We'll have to see. And then I just kicked it. Oops. Move this chair out of the way. So these shorts are from Motherhood Maternity, and then the top is an Old Navy top. I really like their Old Navy maternity tanks. I had some with her pregnancy and bought more of them this time. So these shorts, I don't know what kind of material this is, but they really roll up and wrinkle, and it's just kind of the style, which is nice that I don't have to really worry about it. And they are the ones that go, you know, full panel and kind of cover your belly, which is also really nice. I feel like they're really supportive. But there's my bump, 27 weeks. Oops, Libby's got her puzzles all over the floor. There it is, getting very round, and a lot of people have stopped me and talked to me about being pregnant. So I'm definitely in that stage now. People clearly know that I'm pregnant and want to talk to me about it. So just over the last couple weeks, people have really been talking to me, like random strangers in the store. Everybody wants to talk about the baby situation. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of sweet the first couple times it happens, but then you're like, okay, yes, I'm pregnant. Like anytime you're in a store, I'm like, yes, I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby girl. Nobody needs to come up and ask me for the 100th time. And it's definitely different from our experience in Champaign, where in Champaign, it's like a much smaller place. There's like 1 or 2 people in a line here and there, or sometimes you just go straight through a line. And here it's like, you're waiting in line for everything. There are so many people all the time, everywhere. And so everybody's trying to have a conversation with me about my belly, and it gets really tiring. I'm like, I'm too tired to tell somebody for the 50th time that, yes, I'm pregnant. Yes, I'm having a girl. She's due in October. You know, the same things everybody asks. And I know they're, you know, they're trying to be sweet. And thankfully, nobody's like trying to touch my bump or anything, except one little boy, which he was small, so I totally let him do that. But yeah, we're in that stage, and I know that's just gonna continue the bigger I get. So I'm just kind of bracing myself for all the extra communication out in the real world. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I've got my playlist for my pregnancy with Olivia down below. Also the pregnancy playlist for this if you want to catch up. I'll also link to that 27-week pregnancy update with Olivia. So if you're in your 27th week, you can watch both of those if you want to. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys have a great weekend since I'm posting this on Friday, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.